This is the time I went to the club and it got shot up. Oh boy. So this is when I was living in Florida, living in Miami, and I was a senior in high school, I believe. If I wasn't a senior, I was in 11th grade. But it was this one random Friday, it was the weekend. I ain't had nothing to do, so I was like, let me go out. So at this point, it's like some parents be a little more overprotective than other parents. So sometimes that's how you end up hanging out with people you don't normally hang out with. You hang out with the people that can go out. So during this span of like, I would say 2 to 3 months, I was hanging out with one friend every weekend, just going out because only me and him had the freedom to go out at the time, which is wild because my mom was a little overprotective. So I've been clubbing since 16. My mom didn't know that, but I was. So we decide, he hits me up, he said, hey, you want to go to such and such? I do not remember the name of this place. It wasn't even a club. It was one of those places that was like, in Florida, we got a lot of places in shopping plazas. And it was like a lounge that they turned into like an all ages every once in a while. So on this particular Friday, he hits me up and say, hey, you want to go to such and such? So I'm like, yeah. So I go to my mom and I lie. I don't tell her I'm going to a party because then she ain't gonna let me go. I'm saying, hey, we're gonna go to Boomers, which is this arcade place in Florida I used to work at. So she said, cool. So, I get dressed, I get get ready, go to the club. I always stretch before I go to the club because I was a dancer. I knew I was gonna be dancing, especially the type of dances we do in Florida. Like we be bopping, so your knees gotta have good knees.
You saying back then that essentially that arcade clothes and club clothes were pretty much the same?
At least mine. So, in Florida we was wearing Dickies and, everything, all the colors, Dickie sets, so, you could wear that anywhere. And he picks me up and I think he had a Honda at the time. And when I get in the car, I don't know why I have this habit of looking at people's gas tank when I get in the car. I don't know why. I don't know. I have no idea why, but I did. I'm like, hey, you may want to get gas before we go. Because that thing, like, it's touching. The light already kind of on. It's like, it's right there. So he's like, nah, man, it's right up the street. We'll be good. We'll get gas after. I'm like, all right, F it. It's your car. You do what you want. So we go to this shopping plaza where this lounge is at, and it's a little line. So, we get back in the line and, we scoping the place, some nice looking girls. We're like, all right, it's going to be a good night. And we see it's popping like Jack Harlow would say. So we eventually get in and, when you're a little early, you got to wait for it to get started. So we in there, an hour goes by and now it's finally getting started. So now we partying. So back then, we was juking, and we was juking, we was bopping, homeboy help you out. We was doing all those dances, having fun. So in the middle of us having fun and then dancing with girls and everything, it's always that one dude that just came to fight. Like, why you can't just get on some butt? Why you want to fight another dude when all these girls in here? Why you want to touch a dude when you can be touching a girl? But a fight breaks out. Now I'm talking about like, it's just between two people and all of a sudden like, I guess they friends saw it and they all jumped in. So at that point, I'm like, they about to shut this down. So I'm just backing up to make sure I don't catch a random hook or a 16. But this happens as soon as every fight happens in Florida, the lights go on. And then the DJ say, all right, it's over. The party's over because y'all don't know how to act. So the lights come on. So now, man, I'm like, F it. But this place is packed.
It's packed. Niggas don't know how to act.
So security breaks them up, throws them outside. So now, you just waiting to get outside. So I'm just waiting. We all walking out slow, waiting on the crowd. We like a bunch of cattle. We get outside. And the same people was fighting inside now fighting outside. Now it's like a circle of people gathering around to see this big fight. So me and my homeboy look. I'm like, man, let's just go because you never know what may happen. So we started walking to the car. Next thing I know, I hear. All I can describe it as like the scene in Boys in the Hood when Buddy was shooting the machine gun in the air. Cause that's the same gun when I turned around to look what's going on that Buddy had he was just shooting in the air, and you just see everybody scattered. Now, mind you, while I go on, the police station is like 2 blocks up. So this ain't the smartest place to shoot if you want to get away. So as soon as that happened, me and my homeboy, as soon as it happened, I farted a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I heard, and it scared me. I farted a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I farted like, and it was like a gunshot in track. So we running, and I forgot he kind of parked further than everyone else. So we running. I'm hearing screaming. I'm like, what the hell? So while we running, next thing I hear is sirens, just cop cars, because as I said, 2 blocks up. So we get in our car, we close the door, he cranks up. I'm like, pull out, come on. He like, damn, it's the gas. I'm like, and in my head I went back, I knew you should have got gas before we left. Now, if I get killed because we didn't get no goddamn gas, I'm gonna be mad. So eventually the car start up, but we need gas. So we see a gas station across the street. We ain't got no choice. So when we pull out, it's just people running across the car. You see a police car pulling in. Next thing I see is a dude running on foot, and there's a cop behind him.
We got the runner. Go!
It looked like a movie scene. It was this chaos.
Then what happened?
So then he pulls out, almost hits somebody. You see more cars pull out. We got to pull out. We skirt out and then pull into the gas station. So now I get out the car because I'm still hearing like gunshots, and I walk away from the pump, and he just pumping. We just quiet, and he just. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So eventually he done pumping gas. I get back in the car. We just drive up the street right quick just to get out of the Dodge, as they would say. The hell out of Dodge. So we just drive up. What'd you say?
Charger?
No, Dodge. So we just drive up the street, and then we stop. And then he look at me. He like, so what you want to do now? And I look at him. I'm like, nigga, I want to go home. I just survived a shooting in the parking lot. The night is over. Like, I'm done. He's like, all right, cool. So we drive back to the house. I come inside. My mom like, damn, that was quick. Y'all went there? We like, nah, something happened. I think it was closed tonight. And then I never told her about that because, as Rome said, you tell your mom about something like that, you never gonna go out again. So I just went, took off my Dickie set, laid down in the bed and played some video games. And that was the end of my Friday night.
What do you think you played?
Definitely it was either Madden or Grand Theft Auto, for sure. Could have been NBA Live at the time. It was before 2K, I believe. So one of those 3 games, for sure. Okay. Yeah.
Happy to survive the night?
Yeah, I mean, I did everything right. I didn't go towards the fight. I avoided the first fight inside. I just was walking away. I told him to get gas. One thing about me, if I get shot, it's gonna be either in the back or the butt of the leg. But all in the back, because it ain't gonna be me walking towards it. It's gonna be me getting away. So, hopefully, and what's funny about it, the next day I was looking at the news and I didn't see nothing about it. So hopefully that's a good thing. No, hopefully nobody died. But I ain't stick around long enough to find out.
Was this one of these things that at school the next day people talked about?
It was Friday.
Oh,
it was Friday.
So
remember?
by the time Monday came, y'all already...
So much shit happened, like Making the Band came on.
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
the Dave Chappelle show came on.
Right.
That was, we didn't worry about that story. And then plus, it was only me and him. I can't remember if anyone else from my high school was there, but I just know it was me and him. We may have talked about it. We were like, man, that was a wild weekend.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Niggas, like, stop fighting, man. If you want to fight, just stay home.
And get gas when you won't need it.
Yeah, and get gas before you go to the club, because you never know when you're going to have to peel out and or pull out.
Nowadays, get gas before you go anywhere.